Hello skiers and future skiers. Today I'd like to give you a quick lesson on how to parallel turn. Now I believe that just about anybody can learn to parallel turn their first day on the slope. The trick is to practice at home. There are many things you can do before you get on the snow to practice at home, either like this inside or else out on a slope on the grass with your skis on. First thing I want to tell you is when you get on the snow, is when you're just walking on flat ground, is how to move your skis. We've been walking our whole life, and when we take a step, we go like this. When you got skis on, you don't pick your ski up like this. You have to get rid of that habit. When you're walking in the lift line or on flat ground, moving around, you pick your leg up straight like this with your ski parallel to the ground. And you move it sideways, like this, like this, like this. That way you don't cross your tips. You've probably seen people, if you skied, they move their ski, they cross their tips, they cross their tails, they fall over. Just remember to pick your legs straight up like this. Now you can practice that at home, out on the grass with your skis on. Now when you're standing on a hill, first thing you do is you have to be on your uphill edges. To be on your uphill edges, that keeps you from slipping down the hill. You have to put your knees into the hill. You force your knees into the hill, that automatically puts both your skis on your uphill edges. That's your stance. You always should be on your uphill edges when you're standing on a slope. Now the second thing, there's three things here to standing on your stance. What we used to call the comma position. The second thing is you lean forward. You want to feel pressure on the tongue of your boot. You want your shins to be forced into the tongue of your boot. Why? Because that takes the weight off the back of your skis. And you don't want weight on the back of your skis when you're trying to turn them, because they're not going to turn if you have 150 pounds on the back of your skis. The third thing is to face forward. You rotate at the waist, face your shoulders downhill. Doesn't have to be totally downhill, but mostly downhill on the way you're turning. Why do you do that? Because that creates like a torque here at your waist. When you parallel ski, you're skiing from the waist down. You don't move your upper body. You see people like when they're doing stem turns or snowplow, they're like this. They're moving their shoulders all back and forth, doing what I call body turns. In a parallel turn, your upper body stays still, and all the movement is from your waist down. So you're on your uphill edges, you're forward, you're facing downhill. Now when you start to turn, your legs down, your skis are going to want to follow your shoulders. They're automatically going to want to just turn by themselves when you get the weight off. Okay, now those are the three things for your stance. I'll take a quick break here and then we'll go into the turn. There's 5 things you need to do when you do a parallel turn, and they have to be done in the correct sequence. Okay, now we're going to get into the turning phase. Like I said, there's 5 things that you need to do. And you do all those within like approximately 1 second. And they have to be in the correct sequence. Okay, now you're already on your stance. Knees into the hill. Weight forward. Shoulders facing downhill. The back of your skis are unweighted. As you can see, my heels are coming up off the snow. You can also practice this if you want when you have your skis on grass, where you can actually jump a little bit, almost come off the snow. When you're skiing, you don't need to jump because they will slide very easily when you do the correct movement. Okay, the first thing you have to do, movement 1, is you drop down. You just come down about 1 or 2 inches on your knees. Because right after you do that, The next move is going to be up. It's called down, up movement. Now I'm going to show you how to use your poles. A lot of people, when you're on a beginner hill learning, a lot of people think it's easier. You can actually do a parallel turn without using your poles. But I'm going to show you how to use your poles, because a lot of people get it confused. If you're turning left, you plant your left pole. If you're turning right, your right pole. I've seen people, they're trying to turn left, and what do? They plant their right pole trying to push themselves left. That's kind of funny. So left, left pole, right, right pole. Okay. So you're down. Now when you plant your pole, you have your shoulders facing forward. When you go to plant your pole, you don't move your upper body like this. You keep your shoulders back. You just move your arm forward and you cock your wrist. And you just touch it like that. You don't have to go like this. If you move your whole arm and shoulder, your body's going to face uphill and you're not going to be able to turn. So you just move your arm, you cock your wrist, and touch by the tip of your ski. So you take off on your edges, forward, face downhill, drop down, you come up, and as soon as you come up, you put your pole forward, you go down, up, touch your pole. You don't have to jab it into the snow. You just kind of touch it. It's kind of like a pivot point. And at that same moment, you release your edges. Look at my boots now. You release your edges so your skis are flat on the snow. Now, since your weight is forward, you don't have any weight on the back of your skis. Your waist, your shoulders forward is like a spring. Your lower part of your body wants to follow your shoulders. So as you release your edges and you come up, your skis will very easily just slide around. I mean, you have to move them, but I mean, that's very easy to do. It takes very little effort to move them. Now, one thing I like to have beginners do is, like I said, there's 5 things. The first thing is going down. Now, you can do that ahead of time. I like to go down, 1, 2, 3, and then up. It kind of eliminates that one step, so you only have 4 steps to think of instead of 5. So you're on your uphill edges, knees into the heel, forward. Okay, so you go down, 1, 2, 3, up, touch your pole, release your edges, and turn. Down, 1, 2, 3, up, pole, release your edges, turn. Down, 1, 2, 3, up, release your edges, turn. As soon as you start to turn, you lift that pole back. And then as you turn around, down, 1, 2, 3, up, pole. Notice my shoulders are always facing forward. You don't throw your upper body any which way. So that's about it. You can practice that at home 4, 5, even 10 times before you even get on the snow. Practice that sequence. Down, 1, 2, 3, up, pole, release your edges, and pivot. And as soon as you pivot, you get back on your edges again. You're always on your edges. Uphill edges, pivot, uphill edges. Down, up, release your ankles, flat ski, pivot, uphill edges. So practice that at home. I'm quite sure that'll help you. And I'd like to hear some feedback. Probably get a lot of negative feedback, maybe from instructors that don't like teaching that way. But I feel you should practice this at home. And I don't think hardly anybody does that before they get on the snow. They figure, well, what can I learn at home? You can learn a lot of things at home if you just get that sequence down, get that muscle memory into your mind, and go out, and I think you'll enjoy your first day on the slopes a lot better.